Hello, everyone, and welcome to Metal Matrix After Dark. And yesterday, Thor Love and Thunder trailer number 2 was released. And it released a little bit more tidbits and points towards the typical narrative that Disney Plus has been doing in the Marvel Universe, as well as a little bit of the Star Wars. The bait and switch, where they say it's about this character, and it ends up being that character plays an insignificant role. I wouldn't say insignificant, but usually is not the one that does the work in it. This one um, is basically as promised. Jane will become Thor, and Thor is whatever. He doesn't. I guess what you would say is Jane gets the hammer, and Thor is still Thor, but Jane is the female Thor, as they say in the thing. They should say it differently. I don't know what they'll do, what they'll say, what her name is, but looking at the trailer, it's going to be a bait and switch. And there's a sequence towards the end of this trailer that I find ironic. That if this was done in a certain way, people would be outraged. And my prediction is what will happen is that they'll make Chris Hemsworth Thor be the buffoon, and Jane will be the one that comes to his rescue. He will be wooing over her because he misses her, which is, fine by standards, but they're going to make him look like the bumbling fool, while Jane is going to be this predominant, strong, and Valkyrie in this strong, rescuing Thor in all his antics and coming to the rescue. I'm hoping not, as some of the trailer looks promising, but again, we've seen it in Doctor Strange. We've seen it in the Boba Fett, where they say these are the characters, this is what it's supposed to be, and it ends up being there in the minor roles of doing stuff. The only difference in the Boba Fett was Boba Fett did come to the rescue in some of the show. But you might as well call it Mandalorian 2.0. Anyways, I digress. So let's get into this. I'm going to show you the trailer. And it starts off pretty good. It shows the introduction of
what
Thor is.
Space Viking, Thor Odinson. He was no ordinary man. He was a god. After saving planet Earth for the 500th time, Thor set off on a new journey.
And this is the funny part. I like this part. This part I like because he's overweight and he decides that he needs to work out. And shows his, body and everything. And that was a result of Chris Hemsworth saying that Thor, even in the Marvel, like the Endgame, that he gets overweight because he failed. And they wanted him to just snap his fingers and become the muscular Thor. Chris says, no, that's not, this should be the way Thor is. And I like this part where Thor has to work out, and you get him pulling the Guardians of the Angel ship. I keep forgetting what its name is. I apologize. But then we get this part. Let's skip to this. He gets into the battle.
And after all that, he
comes
reclaimed
along,
his title
and boom.
as the one and only Thor. Oh, spoke too soon.
And they say, one and only Thor. Ooh, spoke too soon. That's when, Jane comes into play. And I'm going to wonder, and this is my prediction, they're not going to explain how she got the hammer. I think she'll be miraculously had it. And she may mention it in a conversation with Thor, Chris Hemsworth's Thor. And that's my prediction on that. She's going to just somehow miraculously get the hammer. Because that's what Marvel does. They don't somehow earn it, which they should. They should honestly earn it. Just like Chris Hemsworth had to re-earn the hammer when he got in the very beginning of Thor. Anyways, let's move on down here.
What's it been like? 3-4 years?
8 years, 7 months, and 6 days.
Well, there you go. Counts down the days how long they probably haven't seen each other. Or since they've broken up. which could be that they broke up because they really didn't get back together after they initially had when he left for a while. So it'll be interesting to see. Like, I would love to see this done right because, you don't need to make the Chris Hemsworth Thor to be a buffoon for Jane's Thor to be this strong, independent warrior. Just like they did with Valkyrie. When Valkyrie showed up, they made her the independent warrior that she was. They didn't sit there and downplay it. There was a little bit of she was able to get Thor like that, no problem. But in regards to Ragnarok, it wasn't kind of noticeable. Whereas so far the last couple of times, especially in Doctor Strange, it's strong. And there's nothing wrong with strong women. That's what I'm not trying to say. But there's a right way and a wrong way to do stuff.
We'll take.
Am I sensing?
So this is where the love and thunder comes. The love part is because he's still in love with her.
Well, you're right.
There he plays the funny part where he. And then we get to see the protagonist.
So this is my vow.
I don't know what this is all about.
Will die.
I don't know the character. I have to do some research on that. I just wanted to get this video as quick as possible. So we go back to this planet, which I don't know if it's Asgard again, whether they rebuilt it on a different planet. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Maybe that's what Jane did, was miraculously rebuild Asgard. But anyways, I digress. So I'm not going to go through much of it. You guys can go look at it. And then we get Zeus, it looks like. And then we get the battle of Valkyrie and the protagonist. I should do my research. And then this is the part. See, he's got this robe on, fighting these guys. And this will be the opening scene with Guardians of the Galaxy. Nice to see them back here.
Because I have something worth fighting for.
And then we get to here. This part is where I find funny. Or it's funny, but I find ironic. Because if this was the other way around, there would be outrage and screaming and yelling. Because it happened in Star Trek. Similar in the sense that unnecessary sexualization was put into the show.
Guys. And flick.
And you take a look where Jane and Valkyrie are sitting there.
You flick too hard, damn it!
And then everybody collapses.
And eventually, great.
And then they go, oh, eventually. So they sexualized the exact same thing in regards to other people complaining when the women were done in certain movies like that, where it wasn't necessary. Yeah, it's funny. I'll be honest. It's funny. It's hilarious. But it's kind of funny. Does it need to be in the movie? Probably not. Anyways. That's my thoughts. I'm hoping it's going to be good because Ragnarok was really good. Thor, the first one was good. The second one was and it would be nice to see another kind of Ragnarok-ish funny Thor because that's Chris Hemsworth seems to do a really good job when he does that, as being serious and then comedic at the same time. I'm just hoping that they don't make him look like a buffoon. Just to make Jane's Thor look like this greatest thing than sliced bread when they don't need to. They don't need to do this. And I'm hoping that this does not turn out to be one of those other ones where Thor gets beaten down and they come to the rescue and defeat the protagonist. They should be doing it together. That's what I would like to see. Anyways, that's my opinions. Comment down below what your thought is on my review of this. You can go watch the video. I didn't want to go through it all because it's out there. People have probably watched it. This is my opinion. This is my thoughts. Your comments down are welcome to your feedback on this. And, take care and peace out.